subscribe to and watch the whole process unfold. He started filming back in early October, I believe. And so the process of writing the play is on there as well. Look at me, I'm wearing the same hat.
That's so weird because you never wear that hat.
And so I'll post that channel on the Follow Yola site so you can watch, and that's where we'll be watching these compositions on Thursday. Thursday I'll have the script changes for you in terms of, especially the big change of flip-flopping the woodpecker. And then also on Thursday, I want you to consider what, just in watching the three casts work together, I want you to consider, and you'll voice this to your fellow castmates, what you need from the cast in order to successfully work on this show. And it could be anything. It could be abandonment of fear, or I need copious amounts of trust, or I need help memorizing my lines, or I need help developing my character. How can we best support each other? Because you're going to be with each other for a long time. So I want you to love each other.
I love Ryan already. Yeah.
Good. I want to say this. So I'm torn between the tone of this being something like, when the third Lord of the Rings movie came out, Fala took the entire school and went to Harkins, and we watched the, on opening day, first screening, Fala was at, as a school, the Lord of the Rings.
That's pretty nerdy.
And I just remember this sense of camaraderie at the adventure that they were undertaking. And it was, and maybe I'm overusing this word this semester, because the other play that Shelby and Lila and I are working on is somewhat magical, the Arabic show. How do we make this experience magical for the audience? And Simon said, appropriately so, during the first one, this is scary. I think he felt for his personal safety. And how do you pull, like, without going over the top, because we're dealing with kindergartners, but how do you pull them out of, I'm watching a play, into, this is a rather terrifying experience? Because we just read Oedipus in AP English, an audience ultimately loves to be terrified, right? Horror film. I saw a production of, has anybody read 1984?
Yeah.
I saw a production of 1984 with,
Play?
yeah, the Actors Gang out of Tim Robbins' company out of Los Angeles. There was an exodus out of the theater. Audience members, I can't tell you how many got up and got out of that show. One of the reasons being, it was terrifying. I thought the rat sequence, I thought I was going to need a diaper. How do you translate?
Those kindergartners do have it. Then you can borrow one.
That could be our
That's what I'm
pre-show.
going to get you for your birthday this year.
I'm not that far. But another challenge I want you to consider in the next couple days is the second one had that rhythm from the audience, developing rhythm. One challenge we kept talking about in creative writing is getting the audience involved in the show. They want to. Do we want them to? A, how do you get 500 people to become involved in the show? And I think that was a really remarkable way of doing it. They become sound effects, or they become trees themselves, or something like that. That's not the problem. When we tell them do something, we experienced this yesterday, when we tell them to do something, they will do it. It's getting them back to becoming audience members. Because once you get a kindergartner to do something, it's very hard to get them to be passive again. So we kept confronting that. Do we want to get them involved with the show? Yeah, T.
Well, what you could do is you could be like, yeah, do this, and then at the very end, you could be like, now I need you guys to be second. Like being like it's a part of the play for them to be.
What happens when they're not?
We could throw pine cones.
We
at
could
them.
tell them that they're
Yes.
Let's just go up to the
I say that's what
park and have them like break
Let's
pine
just-
cones and be like throwing.
Let's
pine
just
cones at them.
bring like 5 giant bags of pine cones. And
Strap them on.
Yeah.
This is what I need for my cast. I'll collect your Bible material. Lila, no, put them on the table, on the corner of the table.